the emperor summoned his long-lost son to the palace for the first time. To his surprise, the man arrived with a girl. The empress found her vaguely familiar but couldn't place her. Little did she know, the girl was actually the princess of the former dynasty, who had come to take her life. Just the day before, the man had been a playboy who frequented taverns. He was famous for distinguishing fragrances, and many beauties hoped their scent would catch his attention. Just then, the man was drawn to an unusual scent. He noticed the girl hiding in the corner, immediately chased her to a courtyard, and then asked her what scent she was wearing. She turned around, and the next moment, the overpowering scent knocked him unconscious. The next day, the man was woken by hurried footsteps. A eunuch burst into his room, took out a portrait and compared it to the man's face. After confirming he was indeed the prince they sought, the eunuch read the imperial decree and summoned the man to the palace. As the man prepared to leave, the girl stepped out from inside, grabbed his hand and called him husband. He froze in shock and demanded to know who she was. The girl pleaded with him not to be angry, as if they were a quarreling couple. Yet the man insisted he had never met her before. She immediately burst into tears, calling him a heartless man who abandoned his wife. The man was completely confused. Seeing this, the eunuch advised him to take her along to avoid trouble. The girl agreed at once. On the way, the man kept questioning her about her true schemes. The girl explained that she had been haunted by a nightmare since childhood. To break the curse, she needed to follow her destined man to the palace, and that man was him. The man knew she was still lying, but to maintain his playboy identity, he decided to keep her by his side. Soon, they entered the palace together. The moment he saw the emperor, the man remembered how the emperor had heartlessly abandoned him and his mother years ago. Meanwhile, the girl fixed her gaze on the empress, who had betrayed the former dynasty and killed her mother. Both of them were burning with the rage of revenge. The emperor was delighted, announced the man as the first prince and held a welcome banquet. As the girl was about to take her seat, the empress's maid stopped her, stating that she had no right to dine with them. However, the man placed his hand on the girl's shoulder and guided her into the seat. This displeased the empress greatly, but the girl rose and offered to serve them instead. She approached the empress and began placing food on her plate. Suddenly, she cried out in terror, claiming she had seen a figure flash behind the empress. The empress thought she was teasing her, yet the girl continued, describing it as a woman covered in blood. She began to scream and wave her arms wildly. The empress grew frightened herself, and soon, she actually caught a scent of rotting flesh. She immediately remembered a concubine she had killed years ago. Flustered, the empress requested to leave for a moment. As she walked through the garden, she spotted a figure darting behind the rockery. Everyone at the banquet heard her cries and rushed over. Strangely, the empress seemed to be conversing with someone who wasn't there. When she saw the emperor, she ran to him for help, screaming that she had seen the dead concubine of the previous dynasty.